Beyond the dance to the podcast land with Carla. Beyond the BeatZ with Carla. Beyond the BeatZ with Carla.
What's up, Z family? Welcome to Beyond the Beat, the place where Zumba meets real life and real talk. I am Carla, and I am a Z queen bringing you truth, rhythm, and that heart pumping community love every single week. This isn't just a podcast, it's a spotlight, it's a movement, it's a celebration of you, the instructors, students, desk DJs, leaders, and game changers who make the Zumba world spin, shining a light on the people, the passion, and the purpose behind the movement. Whether you're joining me live, catching the replay, dancing in your kitchen, dancing in sneakers, or leading from the stage, this space is for you. I see you, I celebrate you, and I am about to kick this off in true style. Grab your water, turn up the volume, and let's vibe beyond the beat. Launching Beyond the Beat has been a journey almost a year in the making, a labor of love built not for profit, not for performance, but for the people. I started this podcast with one simple intention to connect, to bridge the rhythm of Zumba with the real stories we live. This isn't just about beats and choreography, it's about humanity. I've worn many hats: Arabic teacher, Zumba instructor, single mom, podcast host. But through all those roles, one thing remained constant: the heartbeat of the community. I created this space as a love letter to the Z family, to the ones sweating through life's challenges with their heads high and heads held higher. Every episode will be a moment to laugh, to cry, to reflect, and to dance through the storms and sunshine together. So why now? Because this word needs joy. It needs honest conversation, movement that heals, and a reminder that the connection in our is our greatest power. It's hard to talk alone. So whether you're a Zen leader, a student just starting out, a tired parent dancing through burnout, or someone who just needs to feel seen, I got you. This is not a business, it's a heartbeat, a rhythm that keeps us going. And today, you're not just tuning into a podcast, you're becoming part of a community that dances beyond the steps, beyond the studio, beyond the beat. So, why this podcast exists? There's two stories behind it. One story I'm gonna call behind the mic. So, this dream has been the works for years. I've carried the idea of starting a podcast close to my heart long before the mic, the graphics, or the episodes ever came to life. When I first got into fantasy football, I knew there was something special there. I pitched the idea for my TSA family, and their response was everything I hoped for. They didn't just support it, they believed in it. So the first show was The Game Changers, a podcast that blends strategy, storytelling, and the spirit of competition. But the journey didn't stop there. And I wasn't called the Zumba Queen at the expo for no reason. After establishing the Game Changers, it was time to birth something even more personal to me: Beyond the Beat, a space for movement, music, and real talk rooted in the Zumba community and beyond. I cannot thank JC, Joe, and Ronnie enough. Their support, their support helped turn this dream into a living, breathing reality. You helped me find my voice. and now I get to use it to uplift others. This is just the beginning. Thank you for being part of my story beyond the beat. So I'm Carla, and everybody knows me as zincarlah, right? zincarlah H. So Zin is because I'm a Zumba instructor. Carla is my real name, and H I use it because it's the first letter of my last name. People ask me why isn't Carla H? Because I'm a Zumba instructor and I'm a Zen. So Zen is something that Zumba instructors use. So they tell everybody that they are Zumba instructors. So there where I found my Zumba name. I was born and raised in Beirut, Lebanon. There was a time when my childhood felt simple and joyful, like the city was dancing with me. But then everything changed. War arrived like an uninvited guest, stealing peace and people I loved. I lost my uncle when he was 14 years old. I lost friends and classmates. I moved schools again and again, searching for safety while carrying stories that were too heavy for a child. This podcast doesn't come from a place of entertainment. It comes from a heartache, healing, and hope. I couldn't have chosen to stay inside that space, but I didn't. I chose a movement. I chose education. I chose joy. I grew up learning the power of language, how words can connect, protect, and empower. And now I carry that with me in every class I teach, every step I dance, every podcast I share. I live in Connecticut, raising three incredible humans, two boys and one girl, who remind me daily what love, hustle, and purpose look like. I've got degrees and credentials that tell one story, but my heart tells totally a different. I was a presidential scholar in 2019. Yeah. I've got a master's degree and dream of a PhD because I believe education can transform lives. But what fuels me isn't just achievement, it's connection. So, why I say connection, why I say all of this, and why I'm sharing my stories. Because even here in Connecticut, after rebuilding my life and raising my three kids with love and faith, I did face challenge. I was bullied by someone in the good Zumba community, a fellow Zen, someone who forgot what community is supposed to mean. So I started my own movement right here in Connecticut. I built a space that lifts people and instead of tearing them down, a space that empowers, a space where we celebrate each other, dance through the struggle, and remind everyone that their story matters. I'm a Zumba instructor. I move not just to sweat, but to heal, to remind people that they are alive. I'm a podcast host because storytelling is my revolution. I'm a lifelong athlete who still finds joy in football and long walks. And when I cook, when I read, when I dance, I do it with heart and legacy. And Beyond the Beats, it's not just a podcast, it's my soul in audio form. It's a celebration of resilience, rhythm, and real talk. It's for every person who's ever felt unseen, unheard, or undervalued. So come with me on this one. There's a couple points that I want you to expect. So you're gonna be listening to Beyond the Beats every single week on Friday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, PM. And there's movement, there's talk, and every episode will be rooted in heart more than anything. I've seen a lot of students sometimes come to our classes that they are really shy. and they stand at the back of the class. So, what I wanted to share here is we all make mistakes. And you will see from the podcast today, it's going to be pre recorded, but I'm going to be making mistakes, but I'm going to be laughing at them as well. Because mistakes can be done. And when you have a student in your class, bring them, talk to them, tell them that this is not just a dancing class, it's a healing process. It's for fun. Laugh with them, enjoy your time with them. This is how you build a community. What else you can expect? I will be inviting every single week a guest from all across the Zumba world. Students, leaders, even fellow moms who inspire me. Some names you might hear soon, like Ansaldi. She's going to be next week on the show. She is a local Connecticut legend who is building community every single day. The vibe, advocacy, empowerment, dance, resilience, spotlight stories, the kind that make you pause, reflect, and feel seen. I will feature these spotlights, listener shout outs, and maybe even some live dancing breaks. Who knows? Maybe we'll do that at some point. Whether you listen in the car or you walk or while prepping your class, each week is going to be designed to leave you more energized, more connected, and more you. There's a lot of talking points, but at the same time, I want to hear from you. So if you have a moment, if you have a movement that helps you reclaim joy, you can either DM me or email me or even, connect with me on social media at zincarlah H. You can find me everywhere on social media and at zincarlah H. You can share your story and I can share it everywhere. So right now, I'm gonna share a couple events that I've known of, um, and please bear with me because I'm gonna pull up these couple events. There's two events happening that I am being part of and supporting them in Connecticut. The first one is going to be for a dear friend of ours, and she needs help as much as you can, guys support. And her name is Shandi, and her little girl is going through so much. So I'm gonna read a little bit of what's going on. So this one is gonna be at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow, Saturday. So Saturday, the 12th, at 9:30 a.m. Active and Anchors in Nogata. This is a fundraiser for Shandy Mills, for one of our Zumba instructors, and it means so much to her because her daughter Alana is going through um, a a journey that I don't want to share live. Maybe if you ask Shandy about it and you can support as much as you can, that would be really awesome. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna share Shandy's event, and I'm gonna share the third year opioid event on my Facebook page. And in the event, you can see QR codes if you wanna donate. That would be really awesome to help out, with the donation because without the community, there's nothing. Without us, there's nothing. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go to Shandy's event honestly earlier that morning at 9 o'clock, only because I have to help with the other event. The other event is the opioid, the third year opioid event. And Christy is the one who's taking care of that event, but I'm helping with the music list and with the instructors. We have 16 beautiful instructors that's coming to that event. This is a yearly event. It's amazing to just talk about that. So Christy's story is a reminder for us um, that community exists. You know what I mean? She was bullied at some point and she left Zumba. And then we got in connection, her and I, 3 years ago. And that was it. That was it. That was the end of it. And we're back and we're doing some Zumba stuff together and events together. And I'm gonna share that as well on my Facebook page in a few. So again, if you have any story you want to share, if you have a anything, a movement that helped you reclaim joy, just DM me or call me. Some of you have my phone number, or just tell me how I can reach out to you. Maybe one day you can be a part of the Beyond the BeatZ as well on the podcast. Um, let's normalize the healing out loud, you guys. We all need, we all need. No one is perfect. I know I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfect. I make my mistakes, but at least I own up to them. I go, I apologize, I own up to my mistakes. So if you are going through that process, that healing, reclaim it. Let's reclaim it together. So the community is my biggest inspiration in all of them. So that's part of why I'm doing this podcast. I'm not gonna talk too much, but I have a small closing, and meet me next week, you guys. Meet me next week. I cannot wait to talk to Anne Salvi for next week's episode. This is just an over, um, just to talk a little bit about what to expect, expectations for the pod of Beyond the from rhythm to real talk, from sneakers to story. You showed up, you shared, and you reminded us of what this community is all about: heart, movement, and love without limits. Before I wrap up, I'm going to tell you that next week it's going to be an amazing first episode with Aunt Saldi. And Saldi is going to be in the house of Beyond the Beat. So please, everyone, follow my journey, follow Beyond the Beats, the TSA crew on YouTube, so you can get all the info. Until next time, keep shining your light, keep lifting each other, and keep dancing like nobody's watching, but keep everybody inspired. This is Carla, and I'll catch you next week as we go even deeper beyond the beat. Bye, everybody.